Picture this. In 1848, two sisters in a farmhouse in Hydesville, New York, begin hearing mysterious rapping sounds. Within months, seances sweep across America and Europe. Millions become convinced they can speak with the dead through a strange new medium of communication. What made this spiritual revolution possible? The telegraph. The same year the Fox sisters first heard their spirit rappings, Samuel Morse's telegraph lines were connecting distant cities with invisible messages traveling at lightning speed. If thoughts could race through copper wires across continents, why couldn't the voices of the departed find their way back through the veil? What if the technologies we create aren't just tools, but gateways to something deeper, something spiritual, magical, and fundamentally transformative? Welcome to Magical Connections, a journey into the hidden links between human inventions and the spiritual movements they ignite. This isn't about technology replacing the sacred, but about how each new invention becomes a doorway through which ancient human longings find fresh expression. Two thinkers illuminate our path through this mysterious territory. James Burke, the brilliant British historian of science and technology, revealed in works like Connections and The Day the Universe Changed how inventions create unexpected domino effects throughout society. Burke showed us that technological change isn't just about gadgets, it reshapes how we see reality itself. When the printing press arrived, it didn't just make books cheaper. It shattered the monopoly on truth held by authorities and made individual interpretation of reality not just possible, but inevitable. Mitch Horowitz, a contemporary historian of alternative spirituality and the author of Real Magic, argues that genuine magic is the power to shape reality through focused intention, imagination, and will. Horowitz cuts through both skeptical dismissal and credulous acceptance to ask, what actually works? What practices genuinely expand human potential? His approach treats magical thinking not as superstition, but as a technology of consciousness that's really worthy of serious investigation. Together, Burke and Horowitz reveal a pattern hidden in plain sight. Every major technology spawns a new spirituality. Material innovations don't just change how we work. They transform how we dream, pray, and imagine our place in the cosmos. Throughout this series, we'll trace this mysterious connection across history. The telegraph birthed seances and modern spiritualism as invisible messages sparked belief in invisible realms. If electricity could carry thoughts across oceans, surely it could bridge the gap between life and death. Steam engines, really fueled occult revivals. Their mechanical precision inspired this new confidence that spiritual forces could also be, systematically harnessed and directed. The age of steam became the age of magical lodges and systematic approaches to the esoteric. Electricity sparked psychic research, as scientists who unlocked lightning began to wonder what other invisible forces might permeate reality. The same minds that illuminated cities, they turned their attention to illuminating the hidden potentials of human consciousness. Radio-inspired UFO contactee cults, with invisible voices from the sky, suggesting that perhaps other intelligences were also broadcasting across the cosmic airwaves. If humans could speak through the ether, why not beings from distant worlds? Television, became a sort of household oracle, transforming every living room into a temple where images appeared as if by magic. The cathode ray tube, it became humanity's crystal ball, showing visions of distant places and times with, honestly, a kind of supernatural clarity. Computers, they birthed what we might call digital mysticism. Programmers began to speak of electronic consciousness and virtual realities that, in a way, seemed to mirror ancient teachings about the illusory nature of material existence. Silicon shamans emerged, seeing in code the mathematical underpinnings that mystics had always claimed lay beneath the surface of reality. Virtual reality? Well, it revived those ancient dream-walking practices, allowing consciousness to inhabit realms that existed only in imagination, much like the sacred journeys described by shamans across cultures and centuries. Artificial intelligence, reframes those ancient golem myths into urgent questions of techno-magical creation. If humans can breathe digital life into silicon vessels, well, what does this say about the nature of consciousness, soul, and the creative power once reserved for gods? Each essay in this series explores how material tools also build us, forging new ways to imagine the cosmos, contact unseen forces, and really explore what it means to be human. We'll discover that our technologies don't simply amplify our existing capacities. They reveal hidden dimensions of human potential that might otherwise remain dormant. But this raises a profound question that will weave through every installment. Are our inventions merely reflections of our imagination, or are they keys unlocking deeper levels of reality itself? Perhaps the answer is both. Perhaps every technology is simultaneously a mirror and a doorway, reflecting back our deepest longings while opening passages to territories of experience we never knew existed. The rationalist might argue that spiritual movements following technological innovations are simply people projecting magical thinking onto mundane mechanical processes. The mystic might counter that our inventions are guided by forces beyond our conscious understanding, drawn into existence by needs that transcend the purely practical. What if both perspectives capture part of a larger truth? What if the boundary between the magical and the mechanical is, far more porous than either pure skeptics or true believers want to admit? As we embark on this exploration, we invite you to, hold these questions lightly. Let wonder and critical thinking dance together as we trace the surprising ways that screws and copper wires, steam pressures and silicon chips have become the unexpected midwives of humanity's most profound spiritual transformations. The material and the mystical aren't opposites locked in eternal conflict. They're dance partners whose movements create the evolving rhythm of human consciousness itself. Next time in Part 2, Wires to the Beyond. How the telegraph didn't just connect cities, but convinced millions they could contact the dead. We'll explore the birth of modern spiritualism and discover why the age of instant communication became the age of seances. What do you think? Have you noticed connections between technological changes and shifts in spiritual or magical thinking? Share your observations in the comments below.